Hey guys, purpose of this video is to quickly review with you some resources that should help with your data analysis and dissemination of your findings. Before I get into these tools, I just want to make one statement about the type of analysis you need to do. So when it comes to this assignment, you don't need to be complex. Keep it simple, right? Use the KISS principle, right? Keep it simple, silly, right? So I am perfectly happy with, for example, a chi-squared test or a t-test. Make sure you do the right test. If you're comparing changes in pre-post, make sure you use a paired t-test, for example. As long as your variables that you select and the analysis you choose are appropriate to answer your research question, and you select the correct test, and you interpret your findings, report and interpret your findings correctly, I'm happy. So don't overcomplicate the analysis. Keep it simple, right? Whatever question you want to ask, make sure everything matches up and you answer it. You can be as easy or as complicated as you choose to be. All right, so what tools do I have for you? So I've got a few things to help you out. So this first is the flow chart of what statistical tests to use. If you click here, this is what it is. It's a little small right here, I realize, but it's helpful if you're trying to think back to your biostats class and you're like, which test do I need to select? This flow chart you might find useful. Then the next resource I have are some video tutorials on how to use Stata. Stata is what I use in my shop a lot. We use Stata and R. I use Stata, my statistician uses R, and I find that YouTube is incredibly helpful. So on the Stata website, there are some video tutorials, and then more useful in my world is the Stata YouTube channel. So check those out if you're going to use Stata and you're just trying to understand how to set up the code or to interpret results. Those two resources you might find useful. Then there's the Stata coding cheat sheets. This is also really useful. You know, the hardest thing about coding is trying to remember how to set up the variables. And Stata, in my opinion, is easier than, for example, SAS. I've heard R is really straightforward. My statistician loves R. I just use Stata because that's what I used in my postdoc, and I've continued to use it. But if you are interested in some little cheat sheets to help remember Stata code, you might find this page helpful. The next resource I provide for you are information about a deduplication protocol. This manuscript's about 10 years old. It's something I was co-authored when I was a postdoc. It's getting a little old, but still, it's some basic information about detecting invalid entries in an online survey. And then this is a video that I created a while back about how to write a manuscript for publication. You might find that useful as you think about writing up your methods and your results, and we're calling it a discussion, but really it's just recommendations, right? So look at that video, you might find it useful. If nothing else, you'll get a laugh out of the fact that I looked a lot younger in that video because that was closer to when I started working at UT, and you can see UT's made me a bit gray. Anyway, so I hope you guys are well, and I hope you found this video useful.